welcome back to my channel. Megan here with another video for morning coffee, and today we are talking about one of the things that I do to help stay productive at home, get some of the things that just have to happen in life done so that I can focus on the busy season that I'm working on at work and all of the personal things I have going on as well. If you like videos about productivity and organization and planning, this is the right channel for you to subscribe to. I am trying to have our community grow to 1,000 members here in 2020. So please hit that subscribe button so that you can pursue your own version of more and love the way that you feel while you do it. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking all about a new mini routine that I have started, which is my Monday meal prep. What's a mini routine, you ask? I'm not sure if this is an actual real word or it's just something that I've decided to make up. But essentially, I'm a firm believer that our routines, our habits, our planners, our tools that we use to manage our life should work for the season that we are in, and that you should change them regularly and often so that they are really well suited to exactly what your life looks like right now. So for me, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to put a routine or a habit in place for years and years and years. It's more likely that this month, this is what my work schedule looks like, this is what my personal schedule looks like, and I need to find a way to brainstorm and accomplish things and get things done. I have to arrange it in a certain way so that I can maintain balance in my life, but still get all of the things done in all of the roles that I fulfill. And so this month is August. It's the beginning of busy season at work, and I have every Monday off. And one of the things that is hard for me, a challenge I usually face, is dinner and having dinner done and ready and on the table for us when we're done with a long work day. Because of my work schedule in the event industry, I am not always home over the dinner hour. My schedule can change and range depending on what's happening on that day. And so I have decided that in August, I'm going to be using Mondays to do all of my meal prep so that that is one hassle and one headache that I am not worrying about Tuesday through Friday when I am working and doing a bunch of other things. So I'm going to take you along today. We're going to head over to the kitchen and I'm going to show you how I use my Mondays to meal prep for this month. If you're entering a busy season, I just did an entire video on how to prepare for a busy season. I'm going to link that above. And this meal planning sort of fits into that, to something that I am trying to do so that I can navigate this busy season. Speaking of a busy season, I wanted to include a quick programming note here for you. Typically, I would be uploading videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. And if you've been around my channel for a while, I was really consistent with that schedule towards the beginning of the year since I started the channel in December. And since I have not run this channel a full year yet, I am now approaching the first time where I have to navigate running this channel as well as navigating busy season at work. And so I have decided to change the filming or the publication schedule for my videos. So instead of Wednesday and Sunday, videos are going to be going out on Mondays and Thursdays. That just fits better with the flow of how my weeks work here. And lately I've had a hard time staying on that Sunday-Wednesday schedule, and I would much rather switch the days and stay consistent with them than constantly feel like I'm adjusting an old schedule that no longer works for me. So you will be seeing videos here on this channel on Mondays and Thursdays. Thanks so much for your understanding. I will still make sure that 2 videos are getting out, but this new schedule is going to be a lot easier for me to maintain. Thanks so much for watching. So here we are. I have all my ingredients ready for the meals that I'm going to be prepping. I'm doing some cheddar chicken sausage with roasted veggies. These are sweet potatoes. This is actually going to be our meal for tonight. My husband keeps joking to me that this isn't actually meal prep since they're already cooked, but I still have to bake them. So these are stuffed peppers that we'll be having tonight. I'm going to do some kind of like hamburger veggie potato pockets that you like warm up in the oven with some au jus. So that's one of our dinners. And then also some tortellini. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it Alfredo style or with just regular pasta sauce, but that's what I'm going to be working on right now. The first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and work on the tortellini because that is sort of on the stovetop and a little bit of hands off in terms of like actually getting it done. So I'm going to boil that water, and as soon as it's ready, I'm going to put the tortellini in it. That'll be almost all I have to do for that meal, actually. Yay me. Next, I'm going to work on chopping all of the veggies for my chicken sausage sheet pan meal. So I'm going to chop all that stuff up, cut up the chicken sausage as well, and put it on a pan. So I'm actually going to start with the sweet potatoes. I went ahead and chopped up the sweet potatoes, tossed them with some olive oil and some everything bagel seasoning. And I'm going to put these in the oven first while I chop up the rest of the veggies, since these take a little bit longer than the rest of the vegetables. And it's nice to use an ingredient that's actually going into both two of my recipes. So for example, I have one red onion. I'm going to use half in my sheet pan meal and half in my foil packets. So it's kind of nice to just chop everything at once and use them for two different things. This recipe is actually a great way to get rid of a bunch of veggies that are kind of hanging out in the fridge and need to be cooked up. So I had broccoli left from a couple of like meal kit delivery items, delivery meals that I never kind of used that part of the ingredients. So I'm just combining them all into this recipe to get them used up so I don't waste them. So now I have all the veggies for the sheet pan meal cut up and in this strainer, so those are good to go. I'm going to give the sweet potatoes a little bit longer to cook, and I'm going to go ahead and start on chopping up some of the veggies for my foil packets. Essentially, the whole point of doing meal prep is that you sort of save yourself time. So if there's something that you can work on while other things are cooking, you kind of expedite the process. Saves you a little bit of time if you were to try to do this every single night during the week, all out, individually, instead of just doing it all at once. Water's boiling. Time to put in my tortellini. Now I just have to let that boil and it'll be done. I think what I'm going to do is actually just leave the tortellini done with some olive oil to keep it from sticking, and then whoever goes in to eat it can decide which sauce they'd like to put on it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start prepping my foil packet meals. So I have a section of tin foil that I'm going to spray with olive oil cooking oil. And then I'm going to take my meat. I'm actually using ground turkey. You can totally use ground beef. I just prefer this. So I'm going to cut this into 4 sections, make little hamburger patties out of it, put that in the tin foil and then top it with the veggies. It also calls for a tablespoon of butter in each packet and then a section of this onion soup mix seasoning. I didn't have any onion soup mix at home, but I did have all of the ingredients to make it. So I just Googled on Pinterest homemade onion soup mix recipe and found it. So that is what is going in each packet. So basically that's what it looks like when it's all done. Then you fold up the tin foil into a little packet and then you put it in the oven in the tin foil in its baking pan or on a baking pan with the other packets. I'm going to do 4 packets total. So here's what the pan looks like with all of the foil packets. So those are just gonna hang out and wait till it's their turn in the oven. And next I'm gonna go ahead and drain my pasta. And like I said, what I'm gonna do is as soon as you drain it, add a couple drops of olive oil and stir it around. And that's what helps keep the noodles from sticking to each other. And that'll keep them nice in the fridge until we're ready to warm it up and eat it. I'm just gonna leave those noodles in the sink. You can see all the steam coming off of them. So I'm gonna let it drain, just sit in there with the olive oil and cool down a little bit before I'll put it into a container. All right, so I am ready to get my stuffed peppers all set. And so basically the directions just say to cover it with foil and bake for 50 to 60 minutes. So as soon as, so I have 2 sections on my oven. So one has the sheet pan meal, the top one is gonna have these peppers, and then as soon as the sheet pan meal is done, I'll put in my foil packets. So just might as well keep the oven going while I'm using it. Just heat it up once and keep going, and then I have a bunch of dishes to work on in the meantime. So it is obviously some time and some effort to do this, and it does make a big mess, but essentially you're making the mess once, doing the dishes once, and then it's a little bit smaller increments throughout the week when you're busier. Just kind of save you time and effort when you need it the most. So I just went ahead and pulled the foil packets out of the oven. So I'm just gonna try a couple of the veggies and see if they are done. It's been about 40 minutes, I would say. So they could be done, they could not. We're gonna try and see. Carrots are a good tenderness, so that's nice. So are potatoes, actually. The recipe said that if the carrots and the potatoes are done, likely the meat was too. Okay, we're good. Awesome. These are done. That's 3 meals done for the day, which feels really great. And I already know what's for dinner tonight. Winning. Winning. So here we are. Here are my meals for the week. Here is my chicken sausage and veggies. And I was talking about this on my Instagram the other day, but what I actually will do is take some painter's tape and put it on the cover and write little instructions to the rest of the household, which in my case is just my husband, but to you it could be family and kids, to say, how you could reheat it, things to add to it or to top it with, or instructions for reheating. So there's my chicken sausage sheet pan. Here is our tortellini, and I have the sauce already so that whoever is eating it can pick sauce. Here are my hamburger and vegetable foil packets. They'll just go into the fridge like that since they're already all wrapped up. And there are my stuffed peppers ready to go in the oven for tonight. But it's just going to be so much easier for the rest of my week this week that I don't have to worry about what is for dinner and how long is it going to take me to make it, because it's already done. So you can see I just wrote what each one is, what you could possibly top it with if you need it, and then just sort of what's in it. And writing on this one was really hard. Sorry that looks like a 6-year-old wrote it. But anyway, that's what's going to go into the fridge so everybody in the household knows how to make themselves dinner if I'm not around. Thanks so much for watching this video on a new mini routine that I'm starting in my life, Monday meal prep. I hope this video encourages you to think about what mini routines you can incorporate into your life to make whatever season you're going through or whatever season you're approaching simpler, easier, faster, and let's face it, more enjoyable. Nobody wants to spend their lives running around crazy, stressed out, trying to figure everything out. Your life is hard enough. Find ways to make your life easier so you can enjoy it. I hope you loved this video, and again, a reminder, I will be back for another video on Thursday, and then next Monday. Those are the new programming days here on Morning Coffee, so you can catch my videos then. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time.